Hey everybody, Raymond here with the Evercrafter. Today is Friday's Fabulous Fakers, and I'm a special guest on their event today. They go live every Friday in their group. And today is the Wheel of Misfortune. The head of that group spins a wheel. She picks categories to put on that wheel. You get two of them the day of that you're discussing the event, and then you get a third the day of the event. So that's what we're doing today. So give me just 1 minute to get myself pulled up on the cameras over here on my laptop so I can see the comments, and I'll be right back with you. But if you are watching this part, it's probably a replay, so go ahead and hashtag replay down below and let me know you're here. All right? Give me just 1 second. Hey, Erica. Hey, Marie. Let me get myself pulled up. Hey, Lynn. Hey, Susan. And again, Facebook is telling me I have a slow connection again. Imagine that. Hey, AAA. Hey, Eliza. Hey, Cynthia. There we go. Yes, 2 days in a row. Hey, Jilly. Look, I shaved my head and my face for y'all today. Hey, Jane Ann. Y'all, I'm hot. It is hot in this house today. It actually broke 70. I mean, it's like 78 or 79, I think is what it was when I was outside a little while ago. Hey, Cheryl. So, if you've been watching all day, then you know that today was the Wheel of Misfortune, the event being hosted by Friday's Fabulous Fakers. Everyone spun the wheel, got some categories. Hey, friend. Hey, Yvonne. Of course, somebody wasn't happy with the way it was all playing out. They thought it was coming off a little boring, so they had to open their mouth. And that was Erica. And Erica had to do my design, which I did not pick that flower. I want y'all to know that. That was the flower she picked, not me. All I said was an Alice in Wonderland flower. She's the one who picked that one. Hey, Shelby. Hey, sister. So, I just want y'all to know that. She picked that flower. Okay. So, I also am doing an Alice in Wonderland flower. That was my theme for what I wanted to do. My two options. Thank you for sprinkling, Shelby. My two wheel spins came out to be yellow and a flower. And my third of this morning was paint. So, paint shouldn't be a hard one to incorporate, but we're going to make a flower also with a face. So, let me put this off to the side. If you see me go blank for a second, not blank here, but like I zone out for a second, Corey's on the road traveling. So he may message me on Facebook if he needs something, because I have the do not disturb on my phone turned on. So he knows to message me on Facebook. So if I go blank for a second, that's what it is. All right. He's on his way home from New Orleans for work. Hey, Joyce. My flower is very PG. Very PG. Okay? So, everybody's watched the movie at some point in their life. Everyone knows who the talking flowers are in Alice in Wonderland. So, we're doing something inspired by that. Okay? So, first off, for my base of my flower, I found these wood rounds at Dollar General. There was 2 in a pack for $1.50, I think it was. They're different sizes, but most of them average about 4 to 6 inches. This one's actually 4, depending on which way you measure it. I went straight to the center and drilled a small hole into the middle, okay? I'm sorry, Jill. I'm sorry. We'll see if we can't do something to spice it up. I drilled a small hole here in the center. In that center, I am using not a piece of wire. I grabbed from the wrong container down there. I have a container under here with stuff in it. I just have a shish kebab stick. Put you a little super glue into the shish kebab stick. If you do your hole the right size, your shish kebab stick will go straight down into it. Yes, it's flimsy, but it'll be alright. Once you get that on there, you want to take a smaller... Hey, Jenna Mays! You want to take a piece of styrofoam. This is a half circle. I mean, a ball cut in half. You can use this. You can just use a scrap. It doesn't really matter. You want to slide it down. Against your base. Add a little bit more glue there to hold it in place. It's just going to help stabilize this stick here, okay? Of course, through the magic of the internet, we have one already done and covered, okay? This one's a little bit smaller, and I did a sloppy cover on it, so it's not all the way to even all the way around, but that's fine because we're going to fix that later. So I went ahead and covered this with some green clay, just so that I could have my base started. This will be our flower stem, all right? Hey, Christy. Hey, Deanne. So, that's the base, all right? Hey, Uli. So, before we go any further, I did do 2 in advance. Would you like to see those 2 before we start creating the one for today? If so, show me some hearts if you want to go ahead and see the 2 I made yesterday. Well, I get a drink real quick. And this is just ginger ale. Teresa says no, but I see lots of hearts. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the 2 I did yesterday. All right. First, we're going to start with my version of a sunflower. Okay. So here's my version of a sunflower. Hey, Carol. Hey, Terry. I don't know if you can really see the shading, but there's a lot of shading done on him. Alright, so that is the sunflower. And the back's finished off just with the big leaves. Alright, so this one's my favorite. And we're going to call it a she, is based off of an iris. Alright. This is the iris. Also vaguely looks like Ursula. Okay, so I don't know why the shading's not really showing up on here, but it's showing up on there. So hopefully y'all are seeing the shading. If not, it'll show in the pictures. So that's the 2 I made ahead of time. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah, and Ursula was not intentional. It just happened that way. So, alright, but today, because of my color options being yellow, we are going to do a fly trap. I may do a fly trap one. That's very up my alley. This one is going to be done kind of like a dahlia, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So we have our base started. You don't have to have the base to work on the top. We're going to do the top and then attach it and blend it all together. So, again, I just have a 3-inch styrofoam ball that I cut in half. That's what we're going to use as the center of the flower. Now, because I want it not to be completely rounded, I'm going to take my hand and I'm just smushing it down just a little bit. I did it from the wrong side. Like, I literally just flattened the front just a little bit. Thanks, Sam. Thank you, Holly. So, let me get my clay. I mixed together some greens for the stem because I didn't have the right shade of green. I do have some different yellows over here, but I also have some yellow and a little bit of red in here that we're going to mix some together and do like a yellow-orange combo. So what you want to do first is cover the entire shape. You would think because I'm doing a yellow flower, I would just go straight to the yellow. No. I'm actually going to use some of this red. This red actually has a little glitter mixed in it. I used it to clean glitter off my table. But we're going to use that as the base, and then we're going to build on top of it with the yellows and the oranges and stuff. So I didn't get very much out. And you'll notice, we've talked about this before, if I'm covering an entire shape, I tend not to put glue on. Hey, Vay! I don't typically glue on the styrofoam because I'm covering the entire thing. I might have actually need a little bit more of this out. We'll see. And because this does have the glitter, we're covering it so it doesn't matter, you know? And I'm just putting the clay over it and pushing it down, almost like if you're making an ice cream scoop. And if it gets dents and things in it, that's fine because, again, we're covering it. So, and then I'm just going to wrap the clay towards the back. And all this will be covered by the flower itself. So you're going to be fine. But I do push it together to close up all the seams. So it's just a sloppy cover, but we're covering it so it doesn't really matter, you know? Now, what I want to do is I want to find out where I want my eyes to be. That looks really, really red on the camera. I'm going to take my ball tool. And for this one, I have out brown eyes and I have out an orangey yellow eye. And I think we're actually going to probably use the orangey yellow. Because of the way I'm doing this one, I'm not building a true face on top. Typically, I would put my nose, then my eyes. But actually, I'm going to go ahead and... No, I'm going to go ahead and do what I was going to do. The eyes. Because we're going to build around the eyes this time. Instead of building from the middle out. So let me find where I want my eyes. And I'm just putting 2 little dots where I think I want the eyes to be. Hey, Michelle. Now I'm going to take a Q-tip and some of the Dollar Tree Fix All adhesive. I will always buy this from Dollar Tree now because when I use the 3000, I always end up busting the tube and making a big mess. This way, if I bust that little tube, it's nothing and it works just as good. Now I'm just putting a little glue down in those holes. I'm also making an Alice in Wonderland inspired flower, Pam. And I'm going to take my eyes and drop them down in there. Hey, Misty, in those holes that I made, and just push them down. And I'll show you as soon as I get these in here how they look. So there's these little eyes down in there. I am making my version of the dog flower, which is the orange and yellow flower from the movie. But it's more out of my head combined with that, if that makes any sense. My base is based off of that one, though. I call it the dog flower. I think it's supposed to be like a dog version of a flower version of a Saint Bernard is what I get when I look at it. Or maybe a doodle. Could be. Okay. So now that I have the eyes in, I can base where I want everything else to go. So I'm going to take some of my yellow and a little bit more of this red. Maybe it is the line. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about, Erica. So what I'm doing is just taking a little of both and mix them together. And I'm not doing a solid mix of them. I still want a little bit of the marbly texture in there. Okay. And I'm making like little flame shapes. And just attaching them. Just right now, all we're doing are his eyebrows. Erica, your live was not a mess. It was great. Sup, your royal eepness? All right. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the red, a little bit more of the yellow, and do the same thing again. This time, I got a little bit more of the red showing. It almost looks like we're making a monster. Right now I'm giving him a nose. Let me get my other tool with the smaller tip on it. And I'm just going to give him a little bit of a nostril area. Okay. So what was yours? I got yellow and flower and paint. That's the two I got. That's 3. What's 3? Did I do something with the number 3? I wasn't paying attention if I did. Hey, Christine. That's 3. Yellow flower paint. Oh, did I say 2? My original 2 was yellow and flower, and then this morning I got paint. My bad. Oh. On the other 2 flowers I've already made, I didn't put black inside their mouth. Hey, Jackie. I am making an Alice in Wonderland inspired flower. Hey, Kathleen. Yeah, on the other ones I did not put black inside the mouth, but on this one I want black inside of his mouth. So I'm just taking a little piece of black and putting it where I know his mouth is. And then I'm going to attach his bottom lip. And just keep in mind, like I said, it's inspired by, not an exact. Okay? He actually looks a little creepy. Right, like I didn't on my other 2, but that doesn't mean I won't go back and maybe paint them that color. But I couldn't really make up my mind if I wanted to, so okay. So what's happening, this is where we're at so far. Okay? And it is starting to dry out really quick in here, which is annoying. But now I'm actually switching to all yellow clay for a second. Thank you, Kathleen. Hey, Jerry. Y'all know I like to do a big lip. I don't know why, but I do. Yeah, I got it right here, Teresa. I think it's because it's so hot out today. Because last night when I was in here working, I was fine. Somebody gave me angry face. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did to make you angry, but I'm sorry. Hey, Catherine. I'm not at work today, Catherine. But I did get, they sent me a picture that I got my package today. So it is at work. I'll get it in the morning. So this flower is going to kind of look like a Chinese dragon more than a dog, which is fine. I'm sorry. Yeah, so it's giving me Chinese dragon. Right, the weather has been crazy this year. I mean, dragon face wasn't what I was originally going for, but it works for me. Hey, sweetums. Yeah, like I just wish the weather would like decide what season it is. Cause it'd be nice to like know if my clothes in the morning and my clothes in the afternoon were gonna be the right clothes. If Andrea got hers today, I'll probably get mine on Monday. So I went back and forth on if I wanted to do teardrop shapes like this for my flower, or if I wanted to do like more of a petal, like by like smushing them to be flatter at the ends. But I thought this would give a cool texture, so that's why I went with this option. I don't think I have, Christine. I have to check that out. All right. I'm going to take this little tool because I've got a spot right here that I want to push down in there. just to make sure it's connected. Because we know with clay there will be some shrinkage, so I just want to make sure that they're connected. Okay, so there we are so far. It's giving flour of some kind. Alright, so we've got the reddish orange mix. We have the yellow. Now we're going to this color, which is a darker, more of a golden color. I'm just going to pull out a little bit of it. This is Area 54's. Shelby, I've got that kind of ear too where earbuds won't stay in my ear. It's annoying. I'm like, everybody else can get them to stay in, but I can't. The line guy. Awesome. Now the plan is, the further back you go away from the face, you should technically get these to be bigger. I, on the other hand, did not think about that as I was doing it like I should have. Little bit of a raw thank you. Did any of y'all see? She tagged on my page the other day. Did y'all see Jerry's chicken wings that she made? They look like, they literally look like you could eat them. Super impressed by them. You'll have to go check on it. They should be. I mean, you should be able to see them on my page. If not, go to her page. But they look like real chicken wings. It's crazy. Hey, Elizabeth. Oh, shoot. I just messed that one up, so I'm trying to fix it. There we go. That's good enough. Jerry, she made chicken wings. How are you doing, Elizabeth? So we're getting close to the back. Not a whole lot left back there. I am making a Alice in Wonderland inspired face flower. Yeah, the foam clay definitely does shrink. Ooh, Cracker Barrel sounds good. Maybe that's what I want for dinner. Like, it's. I wish I had on shorts right now, Jenna Mays. Like, I took them out of the drawer this morning. I was like, maybe not. Hey, niece, my sister from another mister. I just squished my nose. It's okay. It still looks like a nose. But I did squish it down some. It'll be alright. So chicken and waffles is good, but it can vary depending on where you get them. Like some places, incredible. Other places, you're like, oh, nope, that wasn't it, you know? So I'm mixing the two together again, the red and the yellow, to give me that kind of veiny look again. Like, we have one place here that makes them that is not very good. And then we have a place that made them that was really good that didn't last. So, the restaurant didn't stay. So, it's a little annoying. All right, what I'm doing with this right here is I put them on in a certain spot, and I'm going to take them because I still want that look like I was talking about, how they kind of look like ears. Like, I still want that dog-esque look. So they're on there, but not obvious ears. And clearly I'm trying to keep things symmetrical, as in the same spots all the way around. Like, although I put the 2 red ears up here, I wanted 2 more red pieces down here to balance those. And I'm going to do one at the center bottom and the center top also. Somehow, Eep, I knew that you would turn Southern when you got a little drink in you. I knew that. I knew that. I do it too. Alright, now the same thing that I did with the red and orange, or red and yellow, I'm doing now with the orange and yellow. Just kind of mix them together. Thank you, Teresa. And I'm just doing it just enough to give it, like I said, just a little. You can't even really see it there, but just to give it a little marble to it. The eyes, I buy my eyes off of Amazon. They're actually doll eyes, so they're actually little. I'll show you. I got some right here. I'll show you in just a second. And I will go back in some of these areas where there's a little open spots. I'll go back in if I see something shrunk too much or whatever and add some clay back into those areas. Like, I know there's going to be a spot there, like in those areas, that I'm going to have to go back into. Hey, Monica. And by using the combos of the colors I'm doing, it's giving it somewhat of an ombre without technically, well, no, it's giving ombre. I don't know what I was trying to say, but it was good. Mardi Gras was good. We didn't get to party and do as much as we wanted to because Corey ended up sick. So, but we did get some done. I probably would Sweetums. Probably so. Really? Hmm. Need a little bit smaller one right there. Oh no, okay. Keep me posted. I don't know why when I go to click on something like that, like I was trying to read that comment, it does that. Okay, if she gets power back, just let me know. Alright, need a little bit more of the yellow and orange mixture. Oh, Erica, I do need something from you. Um, the things that you bought to go in between your clay to make them stand up, the little divider things, is that in your Amazon shop? I think they're like little clear dividers or something. No problem, friend. Yeah, please send me the link. Because I have a whole box of clay in there, plus what's on here. I want to put it in my cubes. Um, because I think I'm going to have to move my paint into here. Because the way my wall is done in my cubes, I can't put the paint on the risers because it keeps falling off the back. So, yeah. I promise we're almost done with making the flower. Then we can actually move on to the next part, y'all. This is probably boring, and I apologize. I probably should have done one of the more simple flowers so that we wouldn't spend the whole time just making little teardrops. So I apologize for that. Right, yours is up against the wall, but I have like this big old backboard. Not what's it called? Crown? No, baseboard molding that makes it stick too far away from the wall. Did you? Awesome. It's a great movie. The first, like the original cartoon one, or the live action. And where is where is Rachel today from RBK? She should have been watching me and Erica make Alice in Wonderland flowers. It's fine, Michelle. You don't have to like us, and you may think it's boring. It's okay. I'll cry to myself later. Yeah, like I haven't seen her all day today. I might have to message her afterwards and tell her how much she missed out. Hey, Danita. I am making Alice in Wonderland inspired flowers with the faces. It's part of the Friday's Fabulous Bakers Wheel of Misfortune. Hey, Sam. I was in Romeo, Juliet, and Mercutio 2, which took a lot of Shakespeare and put them in high school setting. It was pretty cool. I was Mercutio, which was this was named Mercury, but yeah, in Romeo, Juliet, and Hamlet 2, Mercutio's name was Mercury, and he was the bad boy of the high school. Was nothing like me in real life, I promise. I was not a bad boy in high school. Really? But like it's a comedy version, so it was fun. I promise. Like it was really fun. But I'm also I also was a little bit of a at that point in my life. I might have been a little bit of a literary nerd. Like I loved Shakespeare and all that back then. Now I would not read a book, so like I cannot stand to read anymore. I hate it. Like now I find reading to be the most boring thing ever. Like Corey reads every day. I just can't do it. All right, so like I said, we did happen to accidentally smush the face a little bit, but if I get a hold of it. So there we are. There's our flower. Hey, Ginger, my bestie. All right, so now that we have this part made, he needs to go on his stem so we can actually cover the stem and add the leaves and things to the back. So I should have made a test hole first, and I did not. That's my bad. So I'm putting him on at a slight angle. Okay. So that's going to be his position. Yes, he's very wobbly. He's a little bit more heavy than the other ones were. But at least now I can show you a better look at his face. So now we need to do the stem and the back of it, right? So, for the stem, let me close this off. Cynthia, did I speak to you when you came in? If not, I apologize. Hey. Now for the stem, we're going to, of course, use green. Yeah, I was not falling into that trap. I have a dark green and a lighter color green that I mixed. Plus I have my regular green. So we're going to do a combo of all of them. Okay, I thought so, but I just wanted to make sure. Ruth, my friend, how are you? Ruth, I decided that I need your caterpillar. Because I don't want to make one. You're feeling better? Good. Good. But yes, I decided I needed your caterpillar because I don't want to make one. I just don't. But do you want to see my butter... Hold on. What's it called? Do you want to see my bread and butterflies? I'm not sure. I don't think you weren't here last night. I don't remember you being here, but you might have been. Okay, now that I made my pilot hole of where it needs to go, I'm taking him back off so I can put the green on. Here's my bread and butterfly, Ruth. I still need to put dots on his eyes, but there's my bread and butterfly. So for my stem, I know that I need to go to roughly right here, okay? Thank you, Ruth. I'd made that with just a heart cookie cutter that I cut the bottom of the heart off of and smushed it. There's Q. What's up, Q? So for my stem, I'm taking my clay and pushing it. I made a worm, and I'm pushing it onto the dowel piece. So I just pushed it down in there. And I'm just taking it and folding it around it to kind of envelop. Encase the shish kebab stick. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. And I'm just squishing it on there. Like, I don't mind. It doesn't have to be perfect. A stem isn't exactly perfect. So, like, having the finger grooves and stuff down in there, that doesn't bother me at all. No, I'm not going to go up and over. No. I'll leave that to Erica. And I'm going to put a little bit extra right there, though. Okay. Mushrooms and dream big. Life motto. So, see how it has all the shapes, the textures in there? That's completely fine, okay? Cool. Alright, now that we've done that, before we start adding the leaves and things like that, I want to go ahead and put the head back on. So I'm going to find my little area again. And push it right down on there. Now what I'll do is I'll take some of that green clay and cover up the rest of the stem. And I got this one little piece here that's like a little ball. I'm also going to put that right in the middle where the stem and the piece connect. And I'll show you that in just 1 second. So that's what I did. That's to cover the back. All right. Now all this is going to get covered with leaves. Q. We are making Alice in Wonderland inspired flowers today. Now I see a spot right here that I need to add another piece of yellow to, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that while it's on this, since it's on here now. He does look like he should sing. Yeah, I got 2 little spots right there that definitely needed something. I feel like I might have just heard Corey pull back in. Not really sure, but it could have been him. Thank you, Lauren. Hope you had a great vacation. All right, so now let me set this to the side for 1 second. Yes, he definitely wobbles more than the others did, but he's got a lot more weight on his head. Okay, leaves. So we're going to start with the lighter of the 2 greens that I mixed. It still may have a little veininess to it, which is completely fine. Just going to roll it out. And some of y'all may remember a few weeks ago, I was at the thrift store and I got a flower making kit for gum paste flowers. I'm using one of the pieces of it, this leaf pattern, which it says is a hydrangea leaf. That's what I'm using for this, to make my leaves. I'm going to cut, actually I want to make my clay a little bit thinner. For the leaves on the flower, I'm using the leaf cutter, but for the toast, I used a heart cutter. I'm going to try to get 4 leaves out of this. We'll see if that actually happens. I think I might be able to do it. If not, I'm going to have to make 1 more. I think I can get 1 more out of that piece. Nice. All right, so I was able to get all 4 out of that 1 piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this back in here for a second. I'm going to take this. There's a little pull in there, which is fine. We're actually going to stretch this out some, so. We're going to lose some of the shape, but you'll still have the basic shape. Just going to push it out some that way. And the same thing from side to side. I just want to make them a little wider than they were, okay? You'll notice I'm not putting it directly on yet. I want to see Q do a live. Q, you should do a live. Alright, I made them pretty thin. Now I'm going to take, where'd the skewer go? Let me just grab. Let me use this little tool because it's got a point on it. And I'm just going in and doing a line, not with that. I'm actually going to get a skewer. And again, I pulled wire. Clearly I need to move the wire. I'm taking the skewer and I'm just drawing a line straight down the middle of the leaf and some side pieces on it. Same thing on all four of them. Like, I'm not doing them uniformed, I'm just doing them however I want them to go. Alright, and pull it up. See, I just put some little pattern in there. Okay, I'm going to bring my flower back over. Oh, and I dropped my leaf. I'm taking my flower here, my leaf I mean, and mounting it to the back. We're going to do the same thing with all four of them. This one, like I said, is definitely a little bit more heavy than the others that I did. Okay. Now you can do it with your leaves. You can bend them, lay them however you want to, you know. So that's where we're at so far. All right. So now what we want to do. So Marie, I have them over there, but I didn't get anything to attach them to my wood with. So that's why I went with these. And then I also bought thicker dowel rods and still ended up using the shish kebab sticks. I should have used my thicker dowels. But these right here, the smaller two, they don't really wobble like this one. But this one also has a whole lot more clay on its head, so that could be why. Alright, now let me set that to the side for a second, and then we're going to work on the leaves and stuff for the base. But before we do that, I will show you the eyes that I use. Thank you, Catherine. So, the eyes that I'm using on these today are these right here. They're little tiny baby doll eyes. Okay? These are 8mm eyes. Okay? I don't know if this will help you at all. That is the barcode for them. Okay. These are available in my Amazon shop. I do have an Amazon storefront. You can get there through going to my page. And at the top of my page, there will be a link you can click on that will take you to all of my different sites. And Amazon is the top one listed on that link. So that's these. And when I do my larger projects, I use this size, which are half circle, same thing. They come in all different colors. I do not have the code for these, but these are also in my shop. Just know that the little tiny ones are 8mm. These are roughly, I think these are roughly, let me see. These are 3/4 of an inch. I don't know how many millimeters that is, but it's 3/4 of an inch. I think I have them saved in my shop in 3 different sizes. But if you're doing a larger project, you're going to want the 3/4 of an inch. If you're doing the small projects like this, you probably want these. Some of my pieces I do sell. It just depends on the pieces that you're looking for. But there are some that I do sell. Right now, they're packed away. But I do have some Halloween items, like cakes and things that with faces, that are for sale. I have some Valentine's pieces that are for sale. That might be all I have right now. I have to double check. There might have been I don't think I had any Christmas stuff left, but sorry, 1905. Oh, the larger eyes are 19.5 millimeters. I'm not sure if that's how they're listed in my shop, but they should be, because that's what size they are. So, unless they made a mismeasurement. Yes, Ginger, I did make the beehive. I did not make the bee, but I did make the beehive. My attempt at a bee did not go well. So right now it just has a toy bee sitting on top of it until I make another one. You need a chicken eating monster. That could be arranged. This is Tomas that we made last week before last, I think. Because if you didn't know, me and Teresa Jones from Flowertown Crafts are hosting a Monster Mash event on March the 23rd all day. So be sure and mark that on your calendars, because it's going to be a great event with several designers. Okay, now we need to make some leaves to go on the stem of this guy. So, again, yeah, Jones. For this one, I'm doing the same thing as I did. I don't care. I'm not huge on all the leaves having to be the same kind of leaf. So I'm not going to take this leaf and just because I use it, have to use it again. Now, could I? 100%. But I also have these, which are actually... I can't read that, y'all. It's in white. Yeah, this is a lily petal. That's what I thought it was. I just wanted to make sure. So I'm going to take that and make 2 of those. No problem, friend. Have a good night. Now we're going to do the same thing we did before. Actually, I'm going to stretch these out a little bit first. And I'm stretching these out different than I did the last one. So just going to take it, draw a line. Yes. Crafty Mama Bear is hosting her first event in April. It's a centerpiece event. That's going to be a blast also. And it's designer's choice on what you use for your piece. So who knows? I might do a mixture of several things for that event. I might do clay. I might do silks. I might do something completely different. We'll see. So what I'm doing for my leaves, I don't know what that sound is going on outside my house. Is I'm attaching them on to the base, right? Hey, Karen. So I'm just trying to figure out how I want my leaves to be positioned. I feel like that's a lawnmower outside, but I'm not really sure. Make another one out of that color green. I'm going to stretch it out again. Do my center line, my side lines. Hey, Barbara. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of this, and almost like I'm making a thorn. I don't really know how many I'm going to make. I guess I'll make them until I get tired of them, but I want at least 6. Hey, Suan. Because I'm going to put these on a centerpiece for my dining room table. Justin, hey, how are you? I'll go until Corey gets home. And then I gotta go see the hubby. Hey, Christy. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, I'm using them as a part of my centerpiece on my table. So I want at least 6 because it's gonna have some other things mixed in there. But I may not make the full 6. We'll see. So what I'm doing now is I made like a little vine that I'm just putting on here to give it a little bit of texture and character down at the bottom. Yeah. So this is the one that we made today. There's his leaves on the back. His leaves are kind of drooping more than I wanted them to, but I made them a little too thin, so it'll be all right. So I'm going to do, now that I did a light color green vine, I'm going to add one of this color on. But I'm going to actually bring it from the top all the way down the vine. I mean, down his stem. So I'm going to start it kind of up in here. And I'm going to take my little tool here and push it in to make sure it adheres. Sorry I got quiet for a second, y'all. I had to figure out how to do that. Okay. So, see, I just took the vine, took it down, and wrapped it at the bottom. Okay. Now, I do need to make one more long vine to go around the back. Okay. Remember I said I did a little on the messy side when I covered it, so I had some gaps. I'm going to cover that real quick. And then we'll put on the paint, because that was part of my rule. I had to have some paint. We'll put on a little paint. I don't think that's skinny enough. Thank you, Shelby. There. It's not perfect, but it works. So that one, I brought it around the back to cover that seam. And then I just kind of wound it up there at the bottom. I don't like how wobbly he is. I wish I would have used a sticker dowel on him, but it's okay. All right. To finish it off, we got to add some little paint. He did not get any blush or makeup on this one because the clay dried out so fast. So I'm going to try to add just a little bit to him. Let me find my brush. I'm going to go in with a little orange on some of the yellow. I don't like that. So what I'll do, I'm going to go in with the orange on the darker tone instead. There we go. I didn't like it on the brighter color. Now, I'm not doing it on all of it. I'm just doing it on some of them. Just to give some extra tones in there. I mean, and we all know that makeup typically only really sticks really well when it is on fresh clay. And this clay has definitely been sitting here and starting to dry. So it's not going to hold as well. I'm going to try something with a little bit of the yellow. Yeah, it's not going to hold. So it's fine. The other one's got some texture to them. I mean, some makeup on them. But we do have to add a little bit of paint to him. So, Hold on. I know you're not supposed to shake, you're supposed to mix, but I'm a rebel. I don't follow directions. Get my small brush. This is not my makeup brush. This is a different one. Okay, here we go. I'm so scared I'm gonna mess this up. Hey, Tisha. Nobody said how much paint I had to use. Right? It just had to include paint. Right, everybody hold still. And I'm not adding a whole lot. I'm just adding a little bit here and there. I wonder if there's somebody cutting my yard. I know that's random for me just to blurt out, but our yard needs cut, and maybe that's our guy. You got a cow? How did you get a cow, if I may ask? And what is said cow? if somebody want to come chainsaw my back trees, that would be great too. Because they definitely need it. Oh, post pictures, please. I requested a Highland cow Easter basket. We're gonna see if that happens. Okay, I think we might be done. Put a little bit more right there, a little bit right there. Yeah, I think so. Put my lid back on that. I have been extra good. I promise. Alright, so we have yellow, we have flower, we have paint. I have covered all 3 of my requirements. Ta-da! I added the gold onto the leaves and on the vines. I will go back in once this dries a little bit more and add a little bit of stuff here and there to hold my leaves up where I want them better, where they're not sticking, like right there and right there, but I'll fix that. So here we have the one we created today, and for those who didn't see the other ones earlier, here is the purple, and here is the sunflower. Let me do this. There. There you go. Ta-da! Ta-da! Isn't it cute? I love the purple one. So I do, like, here's 3. And like I said, I only need 6. So I could make 3 more. Thanks, Michelle. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, Lynn. So yeah, here's what we made today. Here's what I made these 2 to try them out to make sure I knew what I was doing. And again, I did not tell Erica to make the one she made. So, Erica, I can't wait to see how it turns out. Because I already think it looks incredible. I can't wait to see your face and stuff on it. So, anyways, thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Thank you, Shelby and the ladies of the Friday's Fabulous Fakers for having me. I'm here anytime you want to call on me. Friday's my day off. I sit here anyways. So holler at me anytime you need to. I love the Wheel of Misfortune, and I can't wait to see what happens with the next one. I'm in anytime. I think tonight there are a few other people going live, so be sure and check them out. After me, I think the Spanish Amigas, I think that's what their group is called. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry. I believe they're going on. Some of them may be on now. So be sure and check them out. I don't think there's any events this weekend that I know of. My dog is barking for some reason. That means Corey's probably just pulling in. But anyways, thanks again, Shelby and the ladies, for having me. Oh, y'all hear him too? Y'all hear the pup? Yeah, he knows Corey's home. Nikki's not going on tonight. From what I can tell, she's having an issue with power. Spanglish Amigas. There you go. Yeah, they're going live tonight also, so be sure and check them out. But other than that, as I always say, my goodness. Yeah, I'm guessing he's home. I don't hear him, but he could be outside. Anyways, had a moment, y'all. Be wonderful, make something wonderful, and as always, live happily ever after. Y'all have a great weekend, and I hope to see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.